Welcome all. Today we are going to discuss about the vehicle performance. Basically in this video we are going to discuss about the various resistance offered to the vehicle and the tractive effort. Under the category of resistance offered to the vehicle, there are the three basic categories: A. Aerodynamic resistance, B. Rolling resistance, C. Grading resistance. So let us discuss all these resistances and the tractive effort in detail. So to get the main concept, consider a car which is traveling on the road surface which is at an angle theta. The car is moving on the slope having angle theta. Then the various forces acting on the car are: the self weight of the car is W, which is acting in the downward direction. The weight of the car is acting in vertical downward direction. Then the rolling force which is acting on the tire wheels. Then the friction force acting on the tire surface and the road surface. Then the grading force, that is the slope force acting on the car. The acceleration force Ma will act on the car. Then the air resistance Ra will act on the car. So if you compile all the basic main forces acting on the car, then you will get the various resistances as acceleration resistance, then frictional resistance, rolling resistance, grading resistance. So in this way, the total forces acting on the car are acceleration, rolling resistance, air resistance and grading resistance. So now let us discuss all these resistances in detail. So first is aerodynamic resistance. So as you can see in the figure, a truck is moving on the road surface. Then the various turbulent flow lines are shown in this figure. So the total aerodynamic resistance is basically divided into three categories. So the turbulent airflow around the vehicle body contributes 85% of the total air resistance. Then the friction of the air over the vehicle body contributes 12% of the total aerodynamic resistance. Then the vertical component resistance from the radiator and air vent contributes 3% of the total aerodynamic resistance. So basically when you are moving the vehicle in the atmosphere, the aerodynamic resistance will act on the vehicle. So we have to overcome this aerodynamic resistance to move the vehicle in the required direction. So basically aerodynamic resistance you can calculate by using this formula, where aerodynamic resistance is rho by 2 into CD into AF into V square, where rho is the air density, then CD is the aerodynamic coefficient, AF is the frontal area of the vehicle which is supposed to be imposed to the air resistance, V is the speed of the vehicle. Then the power required to overcome the aerodynamic resistance is this aerodynamic resistance into V, that is force into velocity. So just multiply this factor by V, you will get the power required to overcome the aerodynamic resistance. So that is the power required to overcome the aerodynamic resistance, PRA. For the PRA, the formula becomes rho by 2 into CD into AF into VQ, where 1 HP is equal to 550 fits per pound per second. And second is the rolling resistance. When you want to move in the required direction, there must be, you have to overcome the rolling resistance. So there are so many factors which affect the rolling resistance, that is the tire geometry, the friction coefficient between road surface and the tire surface, then weight of the body, then the design of the tires. So many factors which are affecting the rolling resistance. So basically, resistance from the tire deformation is around 90% to the rolling resistance. Then the tire penetration and the surface compression contributes 4% of the total rolling resistance. Tire slippage and the air circulation around the wheel contributes 6% of total air resistance. To simplify these calculations, we consider rolling resistance as FRL into W. FRL is the rolling coefficient. W is the weight of the vehicle. Then power required to overcome the rolling resistance is this force into velocity. So just multiply the rolling resistance by V, you will get the power required to overcome the rolling resistance, where rolling coefficient is equal to 0.01 into 1 plus V upon 147. This is the empirical relation for the coefficient of rolling resistance. Then most important resistance is grading resistance. When a vehicle is moving on the road surface which is inclined to the datum surface at an angle theta g, the angle from the ground surface we consider as a theta g. Now the vehicle body is having some weight, that is the W, which is acting in vertically downward direction. If you resolve this component into horizontal and vertical forces, you will get Rg as a horizontal component of W, and this is the RT of the vertical component of the weight. This vertical component is utilized to keep a contact between tire and the road surface, and this Rg will contribute to move the vehicle in the downward direction. As you can see, the Rg component is in the downward direction and you want to move the vehicle in the forward direction. So then what will happen? If your Rg is greater than the forward force, then your vehicle will move in downward direction instead of moving in the forward direction. So to move the vehicle in the forward direction, you must overcome the force Rg. Rg is the grading resistance. The resistance offered to the vehicle on the slope surface is the grade resistance. It is basically due to the gravity acting on the vehicle body. So if you resolve this system, you will get Rg is equal to W sin theta g. For the small angles, theta g will be equal to tan theta, sin theta is equal to tan theta. So Rg will be equal to, Rg is W tan theta g. If you replace theta g by g, the grading resistance will be Rg is equal to W into g. Then the tractive effort. So what do you mean by traction? If you want to propel the vehicle from a static position without any slippage, the amount of force required is called as a traction. And tractive effort means if you want to move the vehicle from one position to the another position, the various resistances you have to overcome, the amount of force required to overcome that resistances is known as the tractive effort. So to move the vehicle in desired direction, you have to overcome the certain amount of resistances. That resistances are the tractive resistances, and that force which is required to overcome that resistance is known as the tractive effort. Now the tractive effort relationship. Take the practical example. When you want to drive a car, initially you require the less speed and the higher torque. Higher torque you require for the movement of the vehicle. So you can see initially the effort required is more and speed is less. So that's why initially effort required is more and speed is less. Once you attain a certain speed, the effort required to move the vehicle will decrease. In this way, for the higher speed, you will get low tractive effort, and for lowest speed, you will get higher tractive effort. So this is the curve for the total resistance offered to the vehicle. So in the racing car, what happens? The power is more. So initially when you drive the racing car, due to the higher torque, it takes the highest speed in a fraction of second. So that's why in racing car there is a requirement of transmission system, automatic transmission system, which controls the vehicle power and speed. Then engine generated tractive effort. So engine generated tractive effort is given by Fe, which is equal to Me into epsilon 0 into Nd upon R, where Me is the engine torque, epsilon is the gear reduction ratio, Nd is the driveline efficiency, and R is the wheel radius. So power required is torque into RPM. Just it is a simplified version of 2 pi nt of 60. Then vehicle speed versus engine speed. The velocity of the vehicle is given by 2 pi Rn E into 1 minus I, where V is the velocity, R is the wheel radius, Ne is the crankshaft RPS, I is the driveline slippage, and epsilon 0 is the gear reduction ratio. So this is all about the tractive effort and the various resistances offered to the vehicle. Thank you.